If a berry patch in the middle of a cornfield seems an unlikely place to talk about networks of transformation and reaching out to people in underserved communities, those furthest from support, it shouldn't. Because America's farms are part of the larger labor problem, challenges that we face. And yet there are so many great jobs here and so many people that need them. Just as in the oil fields throughout this area, we import people from Guatemala, Nicaragua, Mexico to come work here when 30 miles away are unemployed, strong, eager young people. This particular berry field also represents undeveloped potential. I know, because I spent this weekend working here, as I have every August for about 10 years now. And these plants over here have done pretty good. Those never have. They just need love. They need someone young, healthy, and ambitious to put a little bit of time into them with some idea of getting something out of them later on. I don't offer that just as a metaphor. It's an example of something I'd like to build. A way of connecting the people who own this patch with just the very young people who might be able to do that. Maybe they don't live in anywhere near here. Maybe they would only be able to come here a short number of days during the year, but be able to work that ground. And also do some coursework that let them learn about the larger agricultural ecosystem and economy around this. I think that'd be tremendous. We have some such programs within the schools in places like this. They're called FFA, and if you're in a city, you may know nothing about FFA, but it's actually a very large educational organization, one of the larger educational providers in the country. The largest educational provider in the country is actually the 4-H program. Did you know that? Serve more kids than any other. It's many, many millions of kids that they serve. One of the sad things is it stops for most kids around age 12, something like that. They sort of grow out of it. But it serves as such a great model for what we could be doing in high schools. So at nearly the other end of the career spectrum that students might face is large-scale aerospace systems engineering. Like these rockets that land themselves. It's almost the pinnacle of human achievement and ingenuity. Just the rockets land themselves. They go up into space, come back down on a dime. Just, I can't stop watching them. If you know anything about what hard it is to build systems, if you read anything at all about what took the Challenger spacecraft down, how significant a little ring of rubber can be to the entire many millions of dollar systems. It's hard. It's really hard. Education is really hard, and we don't give it the type of systems work we need. So some people think we should just sort of punt on systems because they're hard, or we'll get it wrong, or the good one we have is we'll just work with it and we just need better people, or we need to write more, or more videos, or whatever, right? This is part of a brand new system, a huge, huge system that was built in the last 10 years. This is a station along the main pipeline for the Utica oil fields. Billions and billions of dollars were invested over the last 10 years, and these places were built up out of nearly nothing. So the question for us is, what has education done in those 10 years? as far as systems. Okay, we passed some laws in the last 6 to 12 months. As far as systems, what have we done? I actually happen to know this a little better than most people because I began my career in exactly the place where those rockets were built and are controlled. They're mission controlled today. The very complex is where I started work when I got out of college. And I went on to build a similarly complex system, one for a very different purpose, but at the time, the most complex electronic system that anybody had ever integrated. And in the process, I told them how to redesign it. And let me tell you that the Air Force's chief engineer was pretty impressed. That was a long time ago. And I've learned far more about education than I have about those systems. I'll tell you, we have some exciting, challenging, wonderful, amazing, inspiring, uplifting work ahead of us. I hope you'll join us.